Welcome back everyone. Today we are going to see the topic called FMS layout configuration. So we have some types of FMS layout configurations are inline layout, loop layout, ladder layout, open field layout, robot centered layout. We will see one by one in the next slides. First we see that topic called inline layout. Here we have some material handling arrangements in a sequence of inline layout. We have two possible arrangement. One is we have a part move from one end to another end in this sequence, one single sequence. Another we have loading and unloading equipments in the same positions. We have a secondary material handling system on that. We'll see in the diagram. So here we have a first step possible. What are the two possibles? First one right here is we have said a starting work point. Manually we can load that workpiece when these automated machines are completed their work, and it will unloaded at the other end of the machining centers. The second one we have said is the loading and unloading can be done at one end only. So for example, if I load one part, it will go to the machine number 1, it will complete their operation, and it will stay at a secondary position storage device right here, device or storage handling equipments, whatever it is. So likewise we have each and every machines have a secondary handling system right here. Once the operation is completed, it will be stored right here. Once the shuttle cart or pallet, whatever it is, comes to a position and take the finished goods to the unloading positions, which will be same at the one end. So this is the inline layout. We have two probable possible ways. Second one we can say is loop layout. Usually work moves from one workstation to the another workstation in the form of loop. Loop is nothing but arrangement of around a circular object. So going to this diagram, see loading and unloading positions of loop layout is on one end. It will be circular object. See the circle eccentric form. So this will be, for example, a work. If I am going to do an operation, in this instance, the raw material should be loaded by loading part, and it will be done by each operation, either drilling, milling, whatever the operation in this machine could be done, and it will be in on the same direction. Here also we have a secondary storage part. So once it completed, it should not wait for another operation. Another operations could be done automatically, and it will be stored in a secondary handling devices. Once it completed, it will be directly moved to the unload station, and it will be unloaded by either by manual or automatic machines. And then the third one is ladder. It looks like a ladder positions, nothing but it's corresponding an adoption of the loop layout. It can reduce an average travel distance between, minimize conjugations of material handling, and reduce the transport time between the systems. See, this is the ladder, looks like a ladder path 1, 2, 3 and 4. So as usual, the material handling, material or loading part could be in the one end of the station. It will be load and unload by the station. Loaded part will be circulated to the station, each and every part. Once the operation is done, it will be taken to another machines automatically. It should not wait for a while. If, for example, if we get any one machine should be repaired or malfunction in the sense, so the material should not wait for the same machine. The work can be done by another machine. So there is no wastage of time. So reduce the transportations of material from one place to another station could be reduced by using this method. Next is open field layout. This is also in one type of adoptions of loop layout. So it should be similar to handling a multiple loops, ladders and sliding organisms. See, this is what we have. So as usual, manually loading and unloading part should be in one end. We have a sequence of operations. For example, if I am going to manufacturing a car, should be done, engine assembly should be done in one area, and then verification is done by one area, drilling, milling, separate areas. So as usual, on that we have a guide way to guide this. We have a Automatic guided vehicle right here. This vehicle should transport the raw material from here to one workstation, to the required workstation. Once the operation is done, the same automatic guided vehicle will be transported to the inspection station, or else it be transported directly to the unloading station. At last, we have come to a final topic called a robot center cell. We have the same work operations can be done by robot center. Sequence of missions to be an around of robot handling equipments. Here we have a diagram for that. See, we have a loading and unloading part in separate as a conveyor using an equipment called conveyor. Here we have robot handling equipment. Here they are shown the two machines, but around this robot equipments around we have a number of machines. Using that number of machines we can handle. The robot can pick a raw material and drop to the required machines to the hand gripper. So this what is called robot centered machine. We have a centeredly robot, so that handling, loading and unloading equipment of raw material and finished goods can be done faster than the other layouts. This is widely used for heavy duty equipments, heavy duty machinery equipments and industries. Thank you.